Thanks for tuning in to the latest Wandering Soup Vlog. I am Kat.
And I'm Amber.
Tonight we're going to be talking coming out. And a little bit of our coming together as well. We're going to try to keep this short and tight, similar to our heights, because, I'm taller than her. Anyway, Amber asked a question on our IG page today. Of course, you got to follow us there to see those questions. And the question was, is coming out a one-time thing or a continuous process? Which made me think of my coming out story and asking Amber about hers again, because I will ask the question 20,000 times because my memory is about the same as our height, short. So let's just share some coming out stories today, and then we'll answer that question if we think it's a one-time thing or a continuous process. You
Yeah.
have the floor.
Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking about that today. So thank you for the people who did respond. Those were excellent responses and definitely made me think more about it. But just as far as my coming out story personally, in high school, I kind of came out because, well, that's when I really confronted, I guess, my parents about it. Or they confronted me rather, because I had a friend at the time
A friend.
who would come over and we have sleepovers and things like that. And yeah, so my dad basically asked me, who is this? And um,
No same-sex sleepovers.
yeah, like what's going on? What's really going on? And so, I had to say, well, yeah, this is my girlfriend. So we didn't really talk much about it after that. We didn't have any like really deep discussions, or he didn't really want to know much more than that. You know what I mean? He just, I guess he just wanted to confirm really what he already knew, basically. But as far as it really coming out, I feel like as an adult, I really felt that after after the Grits publication came out,
Really?
that I assisted with, and I did a lot of promotion for and working on, and then attended Outright to do some more promoting for the book, and which is about women, lesbian writers in the South, queer women in the South. Um, and yeah, and when I did that, my sister came. Actually, my oldest sister came to support me on that. And I had some other relatives who didn't come but knew about it and were really, like excited about the book. And it was actually really a way of me like bringing kind of my whole family into, or the ones that were interested into like what I was doing in my life and what I was really about. And then I told my story at Outright as part of my presentation, and my sister was there and she got to hear it because she had never heard all that before, and it was great. Like it was awesome. So
Awesome.
mm-hmm.
I didn't know you had same-sex sleepovers. See,
What do you? Most people have sleepovers. Just
we
not
do.
all of us get caught.
I just couldn't even imagine.
I'm just saying. Not all of us
And
get.
your parents are Southern? I mean, because there'd have been a tarring and a feathering going on in
I'm
my
just
house.
saying, but you don't always pick up on that. People don't pick up on it.
Wow.
Not all parents do.
Well, why could... But how rude of you.
I wasn't doing it. First of all, anyway, tell your story.
I'm just saying. Ain't no sleepovers in my house. Ain't gonna worry about it. Same sex, opposite sex, you ain't coming up in here. And staying no nights. No nights. No nights. So, unlike Amber, I came out very much later in life. I was, I've been married, hetero married, I guess is what it said. Hetero married? That's a good way. I've been hetero married and stuff. Anyway, so, I was in my 30s. I had just turned 30 when I met my first girlfriend. I met her on Black Planet, by the way. We started dating. She moved in. And one day, she moved in with me. I had a roommate, and then we moved into our own spot. And because we did that lesbian U-Haul shit. No joke. So anyway, I was talking on the phone with my mom, and we were talking about another family member, and I was like, why don't he just come out the closet? You know, everybody know, right? We gossiping, blah, 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 blah. And she goes, what about you?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, who? What? What you talking about, sis? And she was like, yeah, what about you and that woman you living with? I heard that's your girlfriend. And girl, let me tell you, life paused. I was on the phone hyperventilating in the dark. I kid you not. I was like, let me call you back. Click. And I hooped and hollered for about 5 minutes to my girlfriend at the time. Oh my God, they know what I'm going to do. No, mind you, I'm grown. I'm well grown. On my own. Have been out of the home since 18. And doing okay, you know. So I called back to my mom, who was living with my grandmother at the time. And my grandmother answered the phone. And my grandmother says, I said, hey, Ma. And she says, hey, baby, I love you. And that was it. That was my coming out story. I was like, okay. So I know they've talked about me
right.
in this 5-minute interlapse, you know. So when my mom got on the phone, I was like, yes, I'm gay. She is my girlfriend. And that was my coming out story at 30. And it's been an interesting ride, you know. Many, many, many moons later, here we are, married. And it's legal. And we moving Southeast Asia. You know, we're doing big damn things, right? And it's all legal. Sort of. In some parts of the world.
Right.
Right? And so, that goes back to your question. Is coming out a one-time thing or a continuous process? I think for me, coming out to family is a one-time thing, right? Coming out to strangers is more, I mean, that's when you're doing the continuous process. But once I came out to my mother and my grandmother, I was fine. Like, I didn't think it was anything that I need to declare to anybody else, but I'm very gay. I'm very open. I'm very out at every job I've had since that moment. If anybody asks me any questions, I don't use misguided pronouns. I don't try to hide anything. And I'm sure that I've lost jobs, I've lost friends, all of that. Does not bother me a bit because I stand in my truth. And I'd rather do that than anything else. How about you?
Yeah, I definitely think it's a process. Definitely. And someone else pointed out that the process of just getting comfortable with yourself, that takes a while. Right. So you may come out verbally and, you know, walk around and go to all the events and, you know, wear all the shirts and all that, but you are still within you. You're still, you know, like coming into who you really are because it took you so long just to get to that point. At least in my case. So yeah, I personally think it's a process, but it's a journey. It's a wonderful process. So yeah. Unraveling.
I can see that too. I just don't think it fits me. I think that from the moment I acknowledged it, because even with my first girlfriend, who had several girlfriends by the time I met her, she was still in the closet. And I think I adopted her behavior more so than adopting or acknowledging who I was. Because she was hiding it, so I felt like I had to hide it. And then once I came out to my mother, I think that sort of was like the death knell on our relationship as well. Or is that it called? Death knell. Okay. Death knell. On our relationship as well, because she was still in the closet. And I had no reason to be in the closet. I never had a reason to be in the closet in the beginning. It was her. So every relationship after that, I've been very out and I'm very upfront. If you date me, you will hold my hand in public, we will hug, we will kiss. I mean, I'm not overly affectionate in public with anybody. So it doesn't matter if it's hetero or homo. I had to think of the word because I don't even use it now.
You've been it for so long.
I know, right? It's who I am. And I think for me to even come to, because it took me such a leap from 18 to 30 to acknowledge that I was gay, that when I finally did it,
right.
That was it. There was no going back. Yeah. So anyway, that's our coming out story. And we've talked about our coming together story and how we've met, which you've actually already referenced, which is Grits.
Right. That's true. Working together, reaching out to you about contributing to Grits, and then um, uh, everything from that, like the promotions, and then us just talking from there, and me following you, and then shooting my shot.
She shot it. She shot it at the right time.
I aim straight.
Well, okay. Anyway, that was that. So yeah, she shot her shot, and it was a stupid question, but she caught me at the right time. She did. She asked me something about. What'd you ask me? Something whack ass question.
No, you legit said you were taking applications, and I said, "Here's my app."
And that's not what she. That's not what.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
We can pull up the archive.
We can. I'll bring my receipts next time.
Right, because you asked me a question about.
I did, but that's after.
But that was the purpose of that stupid question was to start the conversation, and then you said, "Here's my application," because anyway, exactly how we met. We'll debate that forever. I say she shot her shot with a stupid question. She doesn't want to own up to that stupid question.
I have no problem. I asked you about your matchmaking skills. That's what I referenced. That's what I referenced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
So that's it.
All right. So now we're together. We've come out. We're married. We've done all of this in a very short period of time, and we've decided to move overseas as well, Southeast Asia. And if you've been on our website, wonderingsoup.com, you've seen our various blog posts about Cambodia, Malaysia. Coming up next, this week actually, it's going to be Vietnam. And so those are the countries that we're considering to possibly settle in. And we're going to visit, of course, way more than that. But those are our 4 primary stomping grounds, if you will. So the question we were discussing today is, how do we think we're going to be perceived or treated as a black lesbian couple living in Southeast Asia? We're both Americans. We're both from the South. And hey, we're from the South. And we're gay. And we're black.
Right. I mean, you would think, we're prepared pretty much for anything. Because we're not, it's not like the South is, the most embracing environment in the world. I mean, we are in Georgia, but still. Yeah, I'm not concerned about it. I think because, as I said before, the coming out is a process, and I feel like as a queer woman, pretty much everywhere I go, I am claiming space. You know what I mean? Like, I'm claiming space for myself. Like, I pretty much assume that I am going to be diversifying wherever I go. So I don't, especially as a queer black woman. So I'm not worried about it, but I'm also not idealizing it either. Like, I'm not thinking, oh, it's just going to be wonderful. I'm just ready to be who I am. And for us to, I think that we together, together we're, we're beautiful. I think we take beauty wherever we go, and we spread, love. And I just don't feel like we're going to attract negativity because we're not bringing that. But yeah.
That's a good point of view. I'm okay. I've traveled by myself. I've traveled with other black women, and it is what it is. We're gonna be first time for some people, first time they've ever seen a black woman, and I'm okay with that. I think that's gonna be the first thing they see is our skin color.
Right.
I am a woman of size, plus size, big girl. They're gonna see that next. And then Amber's darker hued than me. We're both darker hued, but she's darker hued. So, of course, those are the things that I think they're going to see first. And then they may notice that we're a couple, which may or may not even be noticeable because it's going to be hot. And Amber gives off like 1,000 degrees if you stand next to her. So,
what's that got to do
I'm
with
saying, you hot.
the question?
I'm just saying. You might, I may be like, you need to move because, you feel like the sun is standing next to me.
No, I'm going to be on you the whole time.
Right. I'm telling y'all, she's like an oven. She's a walking oven. She's hibernating something. I don't know what it is. I mean, not hibernate. What's that word? What am I looking for? When you have an egg and you're,
Ew.
yeah, that's what it feels like.
I'm
Yeah.
not doing that.
Yeah, you're doing that. So anyway, I'm okay with it. Whatever happens, happens. I mean, it can't be any harsher than living in the United States right now, being a very black woman who's queer, and who's married to another woman and
Raising
kids, raising black men,
boys.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. The more we research, which you'll see in our blogs, the more I get geeked. I mean, I've watched YouTube videos at the wazoo. Nobody mentions anything about the LGBTQ spectrum of it all, which is cool. We'll tell you about it.
Right.
So you got to follow us.
Right.
Which leads to the end of our podcast. Oh, this is a vlog. This is not a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's words, man. Vlog.
Follow us on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
Wandering
IG.
Soup. Wandering Soup. And Twitter, Wandering Soup.
Yep.
Facebook, Wandering Soup. We are Wandering Soup. www.wanderingsoup.com will take you to all of those. IG, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of those. And, ask us some questions. If you want to be featured on Traveling Folk, drop us a line. If there's something out there you want us to talk about, drop us a line. Follow us again on IG, where you can really hit us up on our website, www.wanderingsoup.com. And again, I am Kat.
I'm Amber.
Thank you for listening in today, tonight, whenever you hear this vlog. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace and love.